Jackie Grant and Widgery Wharf by Toby Choyt. I walked down the road leading to Widgery Wharf, one of the oldest wharfs in New England, looking for a person to interview. Private property and no trespassing signs are posted on the buildings near me. I arrive at the wharf, and a group member of mine knocks on the black and white polka-dotted building where one of the owners of the wharf usually is. We wait a while and see a man painting a nearby building. "He ain't here," he says in a hearty Maine accent as he notices us knocking on the door. "But I am. What d'you want?" We whip out our notebooks. "Do you mind if we ask you a few questions?" one of us asked tentatively. He came off the ladder he was using to paint the upper sections of the shack he was working on. He brushed off his pants and put his paintbrush back in the bucket. "Sure, I can answer a few questions. I know everything about this wharf," he boasted. We started to ask questions about the wharf and the lobster influx. But what we learned was about this man we were speaking to, named Jackie Grant. Jackie Grant is almost 70 years of age, born December 1st, 1942. He is balding, around 5'5", and has 3 remaining yellow teeth. His tan olive skin is laden with wrinkles, and he has squint lines around his eyes from looking out on the ocean. His hands are rough and calloused. He grew up on Munjoy Hill and went to Portland High. He became a lobsterman at age 12 after spending time with a friend of his who set lobster traps. Jackie said, "I'm the only one in my family that fishes, and they all think I'm nuts." He said that where the wharf is now used to be underwater. In fact, everything up to Commercial Street used to be underwater. The waterfront was magic back in the 50s. When I was 12, I was out on the ocean and making a man's wages. He also lived in California and Massachusetts, but he has always come back to his native Maine and the wharf he knows so well. In his 50 years on the sea, he worked digging bloodworms, a type of live bait in the sand, and as a lobsterman. Many years ago, Widgery Wharf was used to store molasses. Later, it was sold by Harris Fishing Company for $10,000 to 8 owners, 5 of whom are dead now. The remaining owners are Pete Kelly, Leland Merrill, and David McVeigh, friends of Jackie's. The wharf, one of few that the water flows freely under in Portland, is now valued at $1 million. Jackie, now retired, still helps out on the wharf by painting and being a handyman. Jackie has never owned a boat. However, he has worked on many boats, and when asked to remember unique experiences on the sea, he told me that he once caught a nurse shark by accident. He also told me that one night out on the water, he woke up and heard a strange sound. He peered over the edge of the boat and saw that a whale longer than the boat itself was leaning on the side of the craft, sleeping with his calf nearby. When I asked Jackie about his family, his face took on a melancholy look. It was the first time I'd seen him look like that. He told me that he had 2 children who died within 12 days of each other. His son, who died at age 25, had muscular dystrophy. His daughter died of a heart attack 12 days later. He said, "Life ain't no bowl of cherries. You just gotta keep going. It's not like you can just give up." Walking away from Jackie, I remembered how I used to passively think that every fisherman was alike, but after talking to him, I realized that they aren't. They all have their own stories, especially Jackie. He was so kind and open to me. I'm sure that he has many more stories to tell. I'm glad that I got to hear a few of them.